welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making the Steve Trevor Egg Salad from the Wonder Woman Cookbook. The ingredients we're going to need are 8 large eggs, 2 stalks of finely diced celery, 1/4 cup of chopped green olives, 2 tablespoons of chopped chives, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, 1 1/2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, as well as some bread of your choice. I'm using a light rye, as well as a few stalks of romaine lettuce leaves. And those are all our ingredients. So let's go ahead and get moved over to the stove and we'll start cooking our eggs. Now that we're over at my stove, I've got 1 pot of cold water and I'm going to put my cold eggs into the water. And now all I'm going to do is let them sit here. I've got my heat up on high and I'm going to wait until they come to a boil. Alright guys, now that our eggs have started to boil, I'm going to go ahead and completely take them off the heat, as well as put a lid on it. And I'm going to let them sit here for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're completely cooked through. And that's going to make sure that we don't get that gray ring that can sometimes form on the outside of the yolk. So I've let the eggs sit here for 12 minutes and I'm going to go ahead and transfer them into this bowl of ice water to stop the cooking. Now that I have all the eggs in the cold water, I'm going to go ahead and let them sit here for just a few minutes until they're completely cooled down, and then I'll go ahead and start getting them peeled. Now that our eggs are completely cooled and peeled, I'm going to go ahead and start chopping them up. While I'm doing this, I would like to remind you of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that JP and I have going on in our channels. It is a community-driven playlist made up of you, our friends and YouTube family. If you would like to be a part of it, it's really easy. All you have to do is go out and make a cooking video, and once you've done that, post it to your channel and then let either JPIC or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos. Or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know there as well. The only thing we do ask is that you mention the Gamers and Geeks playlist somewhere in your video, as well as leaving a link to it down in your description. And that way we can just continue to support all the people that have already contributed to the list. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and continue getting our eggs chopped up. Now that our eggs are completely chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and start adding our remaining ingredients. I'm going to start with the mayonnaise and the mustard, as well as our Worcestershire sauce. Now that I have that stirred in, I'm going to go ahead and add in the chives and the green olives. I'm going to go ahead and add in some black pepper and a little bit of salt as well. Before I go ahead and add in the celery, I want to test it for seasonings. I could definitely use a little bit more salt and pepper, so I'm just going to go ahead and add in what I have there. And now for our last ingredient, I'm going to add in our celery. Now that I've already gotten everything stirred in, all we have left to do is to assemble our sandwich. And I went ahead and lightly toasted the bread while I was boiling the eggs. If you didn't want to have this as a sandwich, you could certainly chop up a bed of romaine lettuce and add a nice scoop of the egg salad to it. Alright, the last thing I'm going to do is trim down my romaine lettuce and apply it to the top. Alright guys, that's all there is to it. Let me go ahead and get this plated up and we'll give it a taste and see what we think about it. Alright guys, now that our sandwich is done, let's go ahead and give it a bite and see what we think about it. I have to say guys, I really do like this. I like the addition of the Worcestershire sauce as well as the olives. It gives it a completely different taste from your typical egg salad. And I will definitely be making this one again. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for me for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys tried this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist as well as my Wonder Woman Cookbook playlist. I will leave links down in the description to them. And as always, thank y'all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vol Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.